Alright guys, let's get started with this video. Welcome, this is John from freedomboundbusiness.com. In this video, I want to answer the question of what are the best websites or the best sources to get your book outsourced and ghostwritten so you can have a lot of Kindle publishing business success. Now, this question derived from a fan of mine who sent me a question saying, hey, I want to, I'm a nonfiction writer. What is the best company or website to get a Kindle book written? I'm interested, as you said, about around $180 per 12,000 word book. I'm into nonfiction. Thanks for the help. So now let's get started in answering this question. Of course, I can't say that these are 100% the best. These are the best things ever. You should use these services only. This is from my experience, and take it or leave it from a profitable Kindle publisher here. Now, of course, you can always get a book written to you from a freelancer on Upwork.com. That's okay. I have a lot of colleagues who do that and have success doing that. Because some of you may be concerned with the quality of these services, and you have definitely the right idea there, because some of these services are not the best when it comes to quality, and I'll show you towards the end of this video what I do to counteract that, so you might be into that. Let's start off with EpicWrite. Okay, so each one of these I've used in the past. EpicWrite is a primarily a web article service. So if you want to get your books or your articles written, this is a good place to go. They have 3 packages, and I usually go with $1.20 per 100 words. As you can see, 5-star. We'll talk about the delivery here in a second. Unlimited revision, editor review, native English writer. Okay, so I had to pre-fill these things in here so I can get the cost. That's going to cost you $144. Now let's talk about the pros and cons. The con, okay, is the delivery. Like I said, this is actually only for web articles. If you want a Kindle book delivered to you, that's actually going to take, as you can see here, please be reminded that we have different delivery times for ebooks. That's going to be 20 to 30 days in my experience using EpicWrite. So that's the con. What's the pro? The pro is that the quality is actually good. They're not rushed. They're trying to do the research and get a well-written book, very little grammatical errors. And I've talked to other people about this as well that are Kindle publishers that are doing well. They can agree with that. So would I recommend EpicWrite? If you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend it right away, just because in my opinion you need to build up some momentum to get started and to really get your ROI as fast as possible, so you can really get the confidence that you need that this is a business that you can really grow. Now, who is this more fitted for? This is more fitted to a Kindle publisher who knows their Kindle niches, and they already have a plan of books with the right keywords, profitable keywords in that niche, and they already want to outsource for next month, so they do that a month ahead of time, and that's who I would recommend EpicWrite for. Okay, so if you're in that position, then EpicWrite is good. I use EpicWrite just how I detailed it there. Let's go to eWriter Solution, because eWriter Solution is one that I use a lot as well. Now, let's give you an example first. 12,000 word book. They're $1.50 per 100 words, so $180. That's what it's going to run you with this service. Now, if you wanted to get this book technically written, like if you had a technical book, it's going to cost you a little bit more. Okay, 12,000 word book, this will be $216. Now let me explain a little bit, because eWriter Solution, they're known for returning your book 7 to 10 days. In 7 to 10 days. Now this is good. That's a pro. The only thing that really I can say is a con here is that their quality diminishes because they have so many orders. Their price isn't bad, and their delivery time is pretty good. The quality is what gets weighed down with the system they have going on right now. So they can improve this if they hire better writers, eliminate the not so good writers. And what I mean is, I've gotten books back from these guys that have just grammatical errors and sentence structure and just not so good quality. Okay, so I'll show you how you can counteract that, like I said, towards the end of this video, but this is an option for you to get the ball rolling. A tip with these guys is to, once you get a good book delivered to you, and this might be your first go, is talk to their customer service. Ask them, email them, say, hey, who's this writer? I really would want them on my next project. And I've done that in the past, and it's worked. Sometimes that writer will be booked, so you might have to wait or take a chance. But either way, what I like doing is I'll show you at the end of this video, and with any of these services is what I like doing. Let's go to the Writing Summit. I've used the Writing Summit in the past. They have 3 packages here. They were $1.50 back when I used them per 100 words. They rose their price, and their delivery time was around eWriter Solutions time frame. These days it's 21 days, and from what I hear from my colleagues is that they are pretty top-notch with the quality. So let's take a look at an example. Let's go to, I think I had this pulled up, so I'll go back here. Okay, let's choose nonfiction, and here we go, $1.95 per 100 words. 12,000 words is going to cost you $234. But like I said, it's good quality, and if you want it delivered in 21 days, then go this route. If you want to pay a little bit more and have it done in like 2 weeks time, then go with the package 2. It's really up to you. If you have the budget for it, then definitely go with the Writing Summit. I've heard nothing but good things, and the book that I got delivered was actually pretty good as well, and their customer service as well too. Now let's go with this Write Articles for Me. This is a not something, I mean, if you have the budget, go for it. But my experience with Write Articles for Me was back around this time, maybe, I think a little bit, maybe in middle of spring last year. I was in another course that advertised this writing service. I don't use them anymore, but they are $2.50 per 100 words. That's flat. So a 12,000 word book would cost you $300. Now, I'm just putting this because, or making you aware of it because I've used it in the past. Now, I'm not saying that you should, but you could definitely experiment if you have the money. The problem with them, at least what I had, it took a month to get this delivered, and it was a good quality book, and it still sells really well, but paying that much and getting it delivered in that amount of time is not ideal. Okay, so I just put that one in there just because I've used it in the past. I've used all of these. Now, what's the counteracting quality assurance thing you got going on, right? You guys know Fiverr.com. I don't need to pull it up here in a new window. So I go to Fiverr.com and I get an editor and proofreader. Okay, so there are gigs out there that will do both, and depending on who you choose, they'll edit your book, right? And all of these provide revisions and whatnot, but I rather get someone who is trained in correcting grammatical errors and all that English stuff through Fiverr.com. You could also do it through Upwork.com and have your freelancer edit your book. That might cost you a bit more than Fiverr. I think a lot more, actually. So I just use Fiverr, and I get books back. I get my document corrected, and I see all the corrections, and sometimes there's a lot of red ink, and well, that's a good sign because your book has been corrected. And if you don't like that route, what you can also do is use Grammarly and do it yourself in combination with Microsoft Word's review system they got going on. That's what I do for my books, guys. You could definitely take it or leave it. There's some good tips in here that I definitely would advise you to take. Like I said, if you're new, go with eWriter Solution or the Writing Summit. If you want to test the waters out, once you're more successful, go with Write Articles for Me or experiment with other websites. I heard iWriter was pretty good. I haven't tested them out yet, so I didn't include them, but that's one you can try out. Upwork.com is always there for you. I just rather cut to the chase and pay someone to edit my books. So Epic Write, like I said, is when you really understand niches. And by the way, guys, the small course that I have coming out, it's in the works. It's just I'm learning a lot of stuff in video recording and editing. It's all about just finding keywords and putting them into a niche. So I might leave the survey in the description below. If you have any input on what you would want to see there, definitely leave it there. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.